So, in any event, we had a bit of an issue. So, let's play time slowly like we normally do until a few more people get here. Let me close my one screen and make sure my other one's refreshed. That way I can see any chats that you guys happen to put out. There we go. All right, so it might take a few seconds. Let's see how long it is today. I don't really hear any sound. Let me see if that's just me. Sorry about this. There we go. That way I can see any chats that you guys have. Good. All right. Things are working. So welcome to the stream. Now, what are you doing? Did I pause it again? Why did I pause it? Okay. So one of the reasons I left us right there to start out what we saved the last time was because we could consider building this. I think one of the reasons I held off is that this project was going to be 66 tons of steel. It was going to be quite expensive for the benefit of a gas station, but it could also be that we would build something else up here one day. And of course, we've talked about and should be slowly getting started here on our rail construction officey area, which we don't really have. We have a road construction office. We could consider, adding to this a little bit more, but I figure this was just the minimums. That was one of the things we voted on, in a sense, last week, to make one of our next projects to be getting a rail construction down the other end. Hello, Dennis. Welcome. And Fox Gaming. Welcome. Saw your skin. I don't think I did. Hey, Shunter. Welcome, guys. I'm glad you're all here. So I was wondering if the chat was working for a second. Not that you guys aren't here usually pretty quickly. It's only been a minute or two. So there we go. So I was just going through. I don't know if you remember. I'm not sure when you guys got in, but we had our traffic jam. So we have a whole wad of trucks up here. So we should have a little bit of surge of money, but then money will be a little bit funny, not flowing steady until all our trucks get going back the way they should. We do have this construction assigned, right? Yes. No, that one. You'd think that would... Oh, because we didn't have the roads done yet. Okay, so we're working on the roads. Once we get those done, then we can start just at least getting a very minimal rail construction office. This is a depot right here. I think if we're going to do it, and again, this is my vote, even though it's going to be a bit expensive, I like the idea of getting the bridge across there. While the bridge is expensive, I'm not sure that driving everything back and forth is that great an idea. Like, in the sense, not in the long run. I mean, we're doing the railroads for long road efficiency purposes, and to have all the trucks have to drive over to here, like, why not just build it so that they can come in here and pick up the oil somehow, would be my thought. And then I think it would be a little while before we actually started exporting any steel. If anything, I'd be the most interested in getting over into here so that we could, maybe export some meat. I'm not sure. How much does the meat export for? I've never... And as we start out, why don't we just take a look at our finances? So meat is worth 600 to sell it, 680. It's really, really not too bad. You're in the metro. Good. Hey, off the rails. Welcome. So, in any event, here we are, and that's our thing. How are we doing on our exports? Well, this month just sort of started, but oops, not that. Let's do last month. So we had plus 13,000 and minus 70 or basically 70,000 more or less, just under that. So we have to stop exporting or importing a lot of iron and a lot of coal. Yeah, how is our money? Well, our money's going up now that the other thing we can't really look at is, let's just take a look at, well, this is only February. It really would be nice if we had a chart. of, well, really, it's more this year here. Last year, yeah, see, last month, I think we took a hit. So we didn't export any bitumen. So I think we took a hit with the work that we were doing down here. Plus, what really happened is I think the trucks are fine and they drive back on empty. Like they have enough fuel on this road to drive up here and then get like back far enough that they can sense a gas station and then make it the rest of the way back to a gas station. But the problem was with all of our shuffling of trucks around when we made this new yard for them to come into and export from, I think the problem is that they then, one of them, it didn't take any but one to not be able to make it all the way up there and back. So I don't think that building this is the biggest priority that we have, but it would be nice if we can get workers far enough. I'm not sure if they're going to go travel that far. There's no people in this village anymore. Well, that's a town, but but obviously we have enough people here, but I don't know if they're going to be able to, like we completed this road because we didn't need workers to complete it. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to even complete this stuff that needs workers. So in any event, I guess I'm saying all of this just to recap where we were. And I know one of the things, I keep talking about the coal over here, and we've sort of committed. I mean, we're in the middle of doing it. I think we should finish the food, at least this much of the food area where we have a bakery and a meat processing plant. And that means we'll have to get some people from in this town up to there, one way or the other. I guess we could do it with buses. We're not going to need a ton of this stuff. I don't even know that we need to get all of these running. And I don't know that we could with the amount of, I don't really know how much corn they're going to use up. Like, are we going to get enough corn? Hello, Simon. Welcome. So there we go. But we are diligently working on these things. So let me take it. There's enough of you here. We might as well go to fast forward speed. I don't think anything that dramatic is going to happen in the next 10 minutes. How is our university doing? Oh, and I know what I want to do too. Let's see. University looks like it's doing okay. At least we have students. We have available research. But let's come up here. I want to write these numbers down. I'm glad I did the last time. So we're at 2964 on our total population, and then 1502 on our workers. And 649. Yeah, we're definitely higher. We're doing better. I might stop writing this down eventually because I think we're doing better. And I know towards the end of the last stream, we moved more people into town here. So do you guys have a vote on where we go next? We're going to get, I guess we should throw it up for vote, but certainly start working on getting the rail things built here. I don't think that's too big a deal just to build these. Building the whole rail line itself is a bit of a different story. And then, so I guess the next thing we spend our money and effort on could be getting this kind of production going, which would, I keep coming back to this for the power plant because it's my, as you guys probably know by now, it's my thing to look at your exports or your imports, I'm sorry, and see what's costing you the most. And as we get food and meat off the list, power will be our biggest extra cost there. Right now, food is our biggest cost. And again, I don't doubt that you can't export and make money. It's just that then you're committed to always having a good export train where if you're making at least the majority of the stuff you need, then you could usually export the excess and do well. So it's just two, I don't want to say opposing philosophies, but my tendency is to want to knock those things off the list, or at least the big ones. So my tendency is to want to get the power up here. And then I think we could continue the rail, in my opinion, as a little bit of a secondary project, since more of an efficiency thing and certainly a good thing to do. But like as we have the extra steel, we do that. But don't stop us from making another product. So is there another product that anybody really wants to? I know power is not. We're not allowed to export it as one of our rules on the map. So it's not really a great exporting thing, just more of a cost saving kind of thing. No thoughts? Okay. Well, let me just continue with what we were doing then, which is, we're really just sort of waiting for stuff to get built. We got this road up here, which should be done pretty shortly. They're paving most of it. This one still needs a lot of work. Probably don't really have enough equipment up here. Like we got the dump truck sitting over there. Yeah, that's sort of an issue, isn't it? So we have one dump truck driving back and forth, and this is the problem in a nutshell when you try to assign too much, because they're not real smart. It's almost like what we should do is just like cancel this one, get those dump trucks off of there, and then come back and reassign them eventually to here, right? So that way, like those two dump trucks should go to work on that one road as opposed to just sitting there. I'm assuming they were from here, weren't they? This guy, actually, they weren't even from here. You know what? Why don't you go help? Yeah, that guy was probably from here. Let's see, there they go. They go right back out on another job right away. So the fact that this guy's got dump trucks sitting around, well, it probably means we should give him, he's got enough. And we have to watch our money. I think how did our money do after we got those trucks? Thanks, Simon. Well, it's to some degree, it's whatever I want, Simon, by the way. And just so you know, Simon, there's about a 30-second delay from, I can see your chat, but you can't hear what I've said until 30 seconds after I say it. So there's a decent lag on the chat there. But you just joined. We haven't really done that much on this map in a sense. I know it's like episode 14, but we kind of restarted after episode like 5 or 6. We've got a little food and farms going here, and we've got like some livestock, 3 livestock plants with a slaughterhouse here and bakery here. We found that in my past studies that alcohol, that we still have a pub sitting here is why I'm over here. You don't really need alcohol to keep them happy enough to not leave. Like I've noticed they're at like 95% here. Where if we go over to this other town that has a working pub, these people are closer to 100%, or they might even be 100%. Why aren't they 100%? No kindergarten. One worker's sick. Well, we should have a hospital and. Yeah, no sports. Why can't you do any sports? Do we not have an extra sports thing here? No, we just have that one. Yeah, we do have a bit of an issue with the sports there, don't we? Yeah, is there a good spot that we could never build a house? Like maybe right here, get them. How about right here? Can we fit a sports in there? I think it's a little too small, maybe. Since we got the construction crew, yeah, see it might be able to fit in. Nah, it's not going to fit in there. I don't want to really take up. Ooh, that would be good if we can get it. Is there any reason I'd want to put a walking path there? Probably not. What do they have? A football field? Let's see. Some people have said the tennis court is smaller. Not smaller enough to fit in there. Yeah, I think if I keep it like over this way. We have the construction guys here now, so. Okay. I'll get rid of this. You know what? I think I'm going to try. Let's see if we can't. Yeah, that's. Can I go like this and then. No, it's just worse. It might look a tiny bit better if you use your imagination on better. Yeah, so why don't you guys? Okay, the one I think. Okay, this guy's not working on anything else anymore. He was working on our roads over here, and then nobody was over here, but and yeah, you need to work on this road too. You can work on our. Yeah, you might as well work on the train depot, I guess. This one, yeah, we need that road. We can work on that factory connection. There we go. And then we'll side him. It shouldn't take him very long at all, I don't think, to do that footpath. Then we get a little more sports up in there. Kind of jam that in. Hello, Antonio. Welcome to the stream. All right. So, yeah, that's worked on. So anyway, here's our town. I was doing a little tour before. I get distracted all the time, but there's our meat producing area. There's our like newer town that we can expand even further if we want to put more industry around here. But we have a coal mine for producing coal for our. This is just really all working towards getting us coal and iron. Oh, look, our steel is getting filled up here, which is good. Yep, look, that's filled up. Now, do we have that truck back on driving over here? Yeah, look, that's all filled up too. So we are flush with steel at this point, to the point that if we don't start using some of it, our efforts will be slightly wasted because we don't really have a good way of exporting that. But we are working towards, you know, the train tracks will be a pretty big project. And yeah, so this guy got a bunch of those things done pretty quickly. Yeah, so let's get these worked on. That'll suck up some steel and bricks. I think there's a lot of bricks. Yeah, 198 tons of bricks involved with the food factory. Hey, Rotzko. Not too much, just getting warmed up. You know, the first 15 minutes I'd try not to do too dramatic. Build the kindergarten. We have this kindergarten. Which kindergarten do you mean, Antonio? Build another kindergarten? Let's see, are they... Yeah, I think we did talk about a kindergarten at the end, but I didn't... Is that it? Okay, that's what you're talking about. You have a better memory than I do. You must be younger, sharper of mind. All right, so we need to get probably this guy. Now, this other guy, is he still on auto search? But I don't know if he's not auto searching building, so we'll get him on there just for the sake of he's more of a road construction crew, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have dumpers and mixers that can't contribute to it. And by road construction crew, if you guys haven't followed that many of my videos, there's no bus in here. And so like that, other than having like a bunch of dumpers and a couple extra open hauls, mixers, if you're building a bridge, you may want to switch out for more mixers, but I don't put buses in my road construction crew so that because you don't really need them. Like they're out here constructing and they don't have any workers. Now, did they change that? Oh no, this guy doesn't have any asphalt. See, so there's no workers on this site. And yet they're still working, and they will send out a roller eventually. Now let's go and reassign if he didn't do it himself. Let me reassign this road now that they're done with the dumpers over there. There we go. Last bit of asphalt going in, and they'll send a roller up. Where did the asphalt truck go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the asphalt paver. Really wish they would send a flatbed out for those, because now like that asphalt paver is gonna have to drive all the way back from there back down to here, and then it's gonna turn around and get on a flatbed, and drop them off here. But the good thing is at least the roller should be going out there by flatbed. Yeah, there he is. Taking our roller out there. Good job, buddy. All right, so we have that kindergarten going. Thank you, Antonio. And what else do we need to do? We need to start using up some steel. That's what we need to do. Guess we could start. Well, we leveled out some of the houses at the end. I'm just looking at how many people we have. Yeah, I think I tried to bring all these up to around 100 or close-ish. Yeah, 90, 110. And we took people out of this town. Right, 95. Yeah, we sort of leveled it out. This one still has 137. So we just make sure I don't want to get any plus 21-year-olds. We need the people. Yeah, that one's. I wonder why some of these have less. Some of the unhappiness could be that we're moving people around, but usually when you move them out of there, I don't notice people getting less happy. They're happy enough. Can't go to school. 13 children can't go to school. Yeah, our busing and having people walk to the school is not been overly popular, is it? Now, another thing we could do is start repaving the roads in town. Now, how are you guys doing? You're still working diligently. Good. Did you get this done? Yes. So we'll give them a little bit more sports if that ever happens. You know what? Why don't I leave this open? We'll tuck it up over there where it shouldn't bother us too much. Then I can do the same thing with, say, this one, so we can come back and check whenever we want. And we can bounce around the map using those. All right, so I guess the thing to do, now we're past the 15-minute mark, which is usually everybody who's going to be here is generally here, and I know other people will show up, or at least I hope they will. But what I'm thinking of is, why don't we start thinking about and designing our railroad? And I don't know, this river, I don't know that there's any particularly best place to come across the river. It all looks, we don't want to go across diagonally. I think we'd want to go like straight across. It might be a little bit narrower. Yeah, like this seems like a bit of a wide spot. You know, the shorter we can make this bridge, probably the better. I don't necessarily want to come across right where that road is, but I would think this is about as narrow a spot as any. Let's just see what it would take for a railroad bridge. $191 steel. That's just one side of it. Sorry, we don't have to build it, right? So, yeah, I would think, yeah, there's no doubt we have to get to that side, and going up there further, well, we could build it up. I mean, that's like 400 tons of steel just right there. And I already started building this stuff across the darn river. But I was just thinking, you know what, we could probably, it wouldn't make that much difference if we went up to here. Oh, this one doesn't have a rail thing. Never mind. Well, the other option would be, is there one over here? That one doesn't have a rail thing. This one has a rail thing. There's a lot of mountains in our way. Yeah, I mean, that's getting a fair amount further. I mean, really, actually, this is not the worst route. It's that one mountain at the end. What do you guys think? Should we think about building the railroad track this way? I mean, just to give you an idea, like if we were to go, let's just lay out a railroad track since we got like a nice flat spot, right? Of course, that's a bridge. Yeah, we'll just do regular railroad track. Like right there is only 36 tons of steel, right? So like, oops, yeah, see, can we get it green? Like that's 69 tons of steel. To give you an idea how much that bridge costs, like relative to the thing. Like we could go, and like just to give you a better idea, like that's, I don't know what, a, a tenth of the distance. Like in other words, I think building a railroad bridge over to here, a railroad up to here will be similar in cost to building those railroad bridges. So I'm thinking we should really just consider. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything closer than that. Like, not unless there's some specific reason we would head in a certain direction. Like, in other words, where are we at? We're here. Like, there is another oil thing right here. This is where Energinisk is in the regular playthrough. This is where some of our farm fields are, I think. Now this is where some of our, yeah, this is where Mooskow is going to be, somewhere over here. Yeah, Mooskow's like right up in this area. But yeah, so we could come over to this way if we thought that it was, well, we'd still have to cross that river though, wouldn't we? Yeah, now I think our option is to come to like here. Okay, Roscoe wants us to go over the river. Yeah, again, the only thing is the steel cost to go 50 feet. You know, like, but yeah, that's, and then now this whole road is no good. Now this one, yeah, what if we, well, let's, since we had a vote and, you know, I don't, you know, either way, I think is fine. Like, but since we had a vote, if anybody else doesn't, I'll start assuming we're going to come this way and start designing here. Now, I think we should just get rid of this gravel road. I don't see it being anything but in the way, at least not most of it. So let's just, I think we're in pretty safe territory to delete with the delete tool. Now, do we have power? Yeah, I don't know if that power is going to reach all the way down here, but we'll see what happens. So, let's just take a look. Yeah, our power lines are sort of in the way. Just trying to see if we want to go. Yeah, I think we want to go on the other side of this road as we get up here. But I think we could probably come right along here, and then we can decide whether we want to go up over the hill, which is a bit of a problem, remember, because we don't have a construction yard out here yet. Like if we want to come up over here, we can't level anything. So we might find ourselves not being able to get this and have to go around long. I don't particularly want to do that. I mean, I think it would be probably worth building another construction, even if it's just the construction office itself, so that we can get the leveling going. Like we do have, let's see, where could we, no, not even that far. Oh, we need a free bulldozer. Let me see. We don't have a free bulldozer. No, we have a free excavator. So you can do up and down with the excavator. I was going to say, I thought we should be able to get out at least maybe to here. Right there. So we can get out to this area leveling. Like in other words, I don't want to put a construction office, and they don't need power or anything, but then we do have the rule that we have to have power there. But then again, does that really count for... And then how far would this guy be away? You Yeah, we could go with a construction office here. What do I have there? Just a gas station. And that would meet our, you have to have power wherever you do construction. But it's not that big a deal. We can always cut power into wherever this line is. It's somewhere under there. Do it through the hill, build a new construction office. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. And that construction office might be part of the problem is when you don't have any people too, your construction offices are pretty limited. But see, there it is. I thought eventually I'd hit it. I don't know why they took away our dots, at least. I wasn't ever happy with the dots because it was hard to see them. And then they just took those away from us entirely so that we can't see anything. Yeah, I'm thinking we should do it like right in this area. Yeah, where was it? Where was it that we leveled to? Yeah, oh, here it was. Yeah, and I couldn't level here. So, like, can I level there? Yeah, see, look, I can level this out a little bit. Enough to... Yeah, let's do that. No, you're not going to like that. Oh. No. So we could do the... Not bulldozer. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you know what we can do? We can... If you can't use a bulldozer, find a building... Find a building that you can get in there, which... I like to use the schools because they're... You have different options. See, like this. Yeah, it's just not quite. Oh, it's not letting me build because of infrastructure. Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, we need to. Yeah, let's come over here to the wire deleting tool. Is that enough? Still not enough there, but if we come back to here, come on, turn yellow for me. Come on, turn yellow. No, no, come on. Really, you're gonna, there's one little red dot that's at different places. Here, let's do this. Because it needs to come up a little bit anyway. So now can we, yeah, there we go. I didn't mean to build that. Cancel that. Meant to. Yeah, it's going right to. Oh, I just built it again. All right. All right, so let's go back. See if we can't. There we go. Now the problem is our power lines. Well, not the most attractive thing you ever saw, but, and I hope that doesn't mess up the building of the power lines. We'll have to see. Oops. Let's, right. Hey, Radomir, welcome. We have no goal for today. We're trying to decide. We're just building stuff and moving forward. We are, at this moment, working on getting the railroad track situation straightened out, and we realize that we're going to probably try to get onto this other side of the road here at some point. But then if we do that and go like straight up over the hill, or straighter up the hill, we need another construction office out here in order to make that happen. So we do have fuel there, but we don't have a vehicle delivering any. That's not a real good thing. Hello, Yusef. What is this loo? I don't know what you mean. All right, so let's go get. I guess this guy's getting awful far away. What is he working on? He's working on, and I don't know why. When I hit escape, I close those things, and that's why I often don't. All right, so let's get this guy to work on this road here. And yeah, I don't think we want power to this guy. Yeah, let's see, can we, when I highlight this, does the whole thing light up? No. See, this is going to be a problem. I'm not sure that we're not going to have to just pay for that stretch right there. Because when we busted into it, it's like we busted into the different jobs. And then because this doesn't attach to anything, see this green, it's not attached to anything that's attached to the road. I think we're just going to have to auto-complete that. Let's get them to... Well, before we start working on that, I'd really like to kind of get this building done so we can see that. So... in any event, I think we have enough of a plan that we could start at least getting the railroad tracks laid out down here. And I would probably want to just come off of this. Yeah, let's try to point it more or less in the right direction. I'm keeping them sort of deliberately away for now. Let's just see. You guys can let me know if you like it or don't like it. Sort of keeping them away from this so we have room to maneuver. Because yeah, I think we should bring our construction out like this. We should probably... No, it won't matter here. I was just thinking of a crisscross kind of thing. That's too close. Oh, no, we can get it. All right, and they can come out. I sort of like to always give them 2 tracks in and out. I feel like it helps a little bit. And then... No. No. Come on. Really? There you go. Right, and the problem being they can't work on this little stretch right there. Which, what can you do? I can get rid of a node. And it's a good idea around these things to get rid of those extra nodes. Yeah, and then as far as that goes, I mean, the only other thing, yeah, I don't think on this map we're going to be too hung up on auto building everything. So we'll just have, or not auto building things. We'll just auto build those 2 stretches when it comes to it. Yeah, the other thing I like about that is if we ever go a different direction, we can come off here and head that way. I know that's building's kind of in the way a little bit. But this is heading this way. Now the problem we're going to have here, and I don't really want to get into it too much, is that this is going to be too sharp of an angle. So what I'm thinking we should do, and we'd have to bust this road up, which I don't want to do until we're at least, like, let's give it a little bit. So let's go over to here. Should we build a train? Yeah, I don't know. Should we build a train crossing or should we build a road bridge? There's another question for you guys. So let's just sort of do this, right? Yeah, that looks reasonably straight. And this road just goes, yeah, I mean this road is almost completely obsolete. Certainly enough that we could get rid of, that's road, that's track, get rid of. Yeah, we'll just use the dangerous delete everything tool. Yeah, we got a little bit of a hill right there, but yeah, let's take it to like here. Oh, so yeah, it won't let us. There we go. Then let me just take this one. Yeah, I don't like when it does that raise it at the end thing. And then we'll just go as far as we can until we run out of level ability. And I think it's worth, you know, in real life, I mean, train tracks are like, they level the heck out of train tracks. Yeah, see, now well, we can go that far because I don't, that looks fine, I think. Hey, Vupi, welcome to the stream. Sorry I didn't see your hello. I did say hello to Radomir. And Yusef. I don't know, yeah, you didn't explain what is this lul? I don't know what that means. Does anybody know what that means? Yes. The only thought I had with the material, and I do agree with you, is that we don't really have any of the materials, right? We don't make our own bricks. We don't make our own. So I know the difference between I don't think there's a big price difference. Generally, what I've noticed is that you use the same amount of different materials. It's like it's not so sophisticated. But if we were to, you know, like bricks would be 85, prefab panels would be 81. I don't think we want to build a wood one. They kind of stink. Yeah, what is lul, or is that a word, or like, or is it like some code word in young speak that someone in their 40s wouldn't understand? The road bridge, I don't know. Does a road bridge, well, we know that this much railroad bridge uses, these two railroad bridges will be 400 steel. So when it comes to that, let's see if we could just sort of do a bit of a road bridge just to see if we get an idea. Steel and brick road bridge here. If we were just to do, yeah, see, like this much, that's I'd say that's probably close to the same length. Can I zoom out? Well, not quite, but like, let's see, is that, yeah, that's probably close to the same length, and it's 27 steel. So yes, it's a lot cheaper to build a steel road bridge, and I imagine the same's true with the other types of bridges there. Oh, we are losing a lot of money. Okay, let's go see why. Thank you very much, because I was in designer dream world, just having fun. Sort of like when you watch a movie and someone's like about to do something really dumb. So the question is, are we losing money because we're not making it, or are we... $16,000 in bricks. Yeah, we have to pay attention. Yeah, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to suspend, not that it matters, but let's just, for the sake of it, we're going to suspend the purchase of that. It's this. It's all of those bricks. So we only need 22,000 more tons of bricks, or 22,000. 22 tons of bricks. So we should be okay. Now, Yeah, see, the other thing is all of our prices are just going up. So yeah, this will be great because we're spending, well, this, what did we spend last month? 15,000. Now this month we're up to already 16,000 in food. So it'll be great. Like, we are working on the thing that's costing us a lot. And then, yeah, see, power is just going to keep eating away at us until we build that power plant. And then bricks, yeah, that's, oops. What else? Coal and iron. The coal and iron is saving us on steel, so I hesitate to cut those out. But yeah, if we were to take a look at this screen, yeah, see, we're just spending more than we can really afford on constructions. So we just have to cool our tool, which we will, because you get these surges and things like, at times too. So, but yeah, we do need to keep an eye on that. And then the other thing is we probably have a bit of a, we didn't really check to make sure that this was going that well. And by the way, I sort of accomplished my goal here. We got ourselves not fully laid out, but at least enough that once we do get a construction crane going, we can, we have things for them to do, even if one of them's massively expensive. And then once we have that going, we can talk about redoing this bridge a little bit. And I agree. I think we should do like a road bridge. I don't see any reason why we can't maybe bring this road down a little further straight and then maybe come over, or straighter. Does that make sense? Like, because I don't think we could build a road bridge at that angle and get the train under it. Even if we could, it's probably just too frustrating to try to line it up that perfect. Yeah, so I'll keep an eye on our money. Let me read through the chats a bit. Okay, laugh out loud. Okay. Laugh like out loud. I got you. I don't see him chatting anymore. But at any event. Or that true? Hello, Dragons Gaming, by the way. Well, we're not allowed to export power. So it's just one of our make the game harder kind of rules. But, if you don't spend money, that's like making money. If you produced all your own food for your own house, you would have a lot less of a bill, which is, in some ways in this game's not about making money as much as it is about not running out of money, if that makes sense. And if you're making all your own stuff, yeah, I like the idea too, because as we talk about all these construction projects, getting this coal mine going gets us bricks and cement factory and prefabs, and like we could start making, it's not just a matter of the power. We would obviously try to prioritize the power plant, making enough power, but even then, any power that we make is better than what we're making now. And it's not like we're going to be making power for export, so it's not like it's that critical. We just have to make ourselves enough power that we're doing that. Well, like I said, we're not, Bratsko, I'm not sure. Like I just have a self-imposed rule for the map that we're not going to export the power, just because it makes it a lot, makes the game more difficult. Like, the easiest way to win this game is just to build 3 power plants near a couple good coal supplies, and then I don't know, you could just go AFK for a day, and like you'd have $1 billion in a sense. So just to make it that much harder on ourselves, it's a hard map to start out. We're kind of starting in the middle of the map, which makes exporting things harder. I guess you could consider this like expert level kind of playing in a sense, and where the group of us tend to tend to find the game not too challenging. It's once you know a couple of the tricks, it's like the power thing, and even this. If I did another map, I would hesitate to even do the oil start because it's nothing wrong with it. It's a good start, but it's a really easy start in a sense. It's not very challenging if you start near an oil field like this. Even though this isn't even the biggest oil field, it's made this much easier. Now we're not trying to make this like super duper killer on ourselves either, so it's all good. And it's all what we decide. I gotcha. I wasn't sure what you were saying. Sorry, I understand now, Rotsko. Yeah, well, I think in this, if you want this game to continue to be challenging, and I know there's at least a number of us here who play the game and join me most Saturdays, or if not all the Saturdays, who just really enjoy. I know like Radomir really likes to like go in and Dennis I think has mentioned like not mess with any of the cities here where they can already well I mean they can get rid of houses, but they basically just they don't build houses. It's like another good challenge. Like you're not going to build any more. You're just going to use the people on the populated map that it comes with. Yeah, we're still going down on money. I'll see you later, Radomir. Hope you have a good night at work. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Now, at some point here, the other thing's good. Yeah, look, we're one of the for better or for worse, you know, we should probably talk about even exporting some steel, though we don't really have a good setup for doing that. But there we go. Look, our storage for steel is full. The problem that I don't like about that is if I send our truck, where is our truck? What are you doing, buddy? Oh, no, you're coming to pick stuff up. Well, don't we have a truck? I guess I should go find it from here. All related vehicles. Microbus. That's another bus. Oh, I stopped him. Yeah, he was just driving back and forth. That's right. So we stopped the one. This guy was driving over to the other one. So I guess what we could do, like, do we want to get another crazy train of trucks where we just come up to here and say drop off everything you can and then head up and drop stuff off? It will leave this guy. Yeah, well, why don't we do that? I mean, it's not going to hurt us. I'm not sure how much I have the urge to have 72 trucks driving up here, but, you know, if we came here and said unload anything, and unload anything, and you can start, I said. All right, so now these guys, there's only two of them, but they will export a tiny amount of steel. Now, one of the reasons I don't want to get into it too much is because, well, I want that steel to build stuff. But hey, if we can sell it and make money, I guess I'd rather sell off the excess at this moment. Oh, look at this. Are we? Yeah, we're slacking. Yeah, we need to get that fire station built, don't we? But we could. Our building's more likely to catch on fire if there's people. All right, so how many people are we getting at this one lone bus stop that we have? Not really that many. And we got like just a Congo trail of buses. Is this another? No, that's a road cargo station. I'm thinking we should maybe, just because of how busy this one is, should we just consider another bus stop? I mean, there's just never a moment when there's not a bus in there getting people. And while for the moment we don't need all the steel, I would like to, I think we should focus on getting our newly built thing over there going. We probably should have been designing other stuff. Yeah, I guess we could probably do, yeah, nobody really would come that far. I don't think we're, well, we could definitely build more houses over here. And is there some kind of logical place I would do that? Nah, I'd say we put a bus stop here. Just a regular old-fashioned one. Small one. Yeah, I'd rather the road connect. Really? Okay, let's, can I level here? Or? Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of here, Antonio, is exactly that. Is we'll get this, let's spin it around, I think. You know what, that's what we could do. We can, really, you're going to do that to me? Okay, ooh, you know what, that's ugly. But it's, look, as soon as I get rid of the red dots, yeah, as soon as I get a red dot, the road stops attaching. Yeah, I don't want, yeah. You know what, I'm going to get rid of this. What does that attach to? Yeah, we don't need 17 attachments to that house anyway. All right, so now let's get a small bus plow. There we go. Let's come on, bring it over here one more. Yeah, rather you'd be like, really, you want to go like that? I guess there's no. All right, I'll attach you like that. Then we might as well, while we're here, do this. Yeah, so this will be a bus stop that will head people out to this way. It'll be on this side of town. As we get a few more people, we'll be building these houses right close anyway, and then we could definitely talk about more houses over in this area right here. And they'll still all be close, you know, we'll make sure they're close enough to the different things. And we can always build more things if we need things. We don't want to get too close to this pollution, though, because these will put off a fair amount of pollution. All right, so let's assign this guy. Oh, yeah, look, he's all done. To that. And I'm thinking, yeah, let's get you doing this. Yeah, we don't need that. But then we'll want this, and then we should have him work on that. And then are we doing all these roads out here? No, we're not working on that road. So I think they're sort of out of searching range for when it comes to these. Where was it? There it is. All right, and then that's good. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, so it's just this one last road, and then all our farm roads are done. And this guy could probably lend a hand with this and this, and this. And I thought that was the town. And this. Why don't you work on that footpath while you're at it? All right, so then we'll just use this bus stop to get people up to there. And is there anything else? Yeah, well, we don't really have our farm going 100%, and we don't have our farm powered, do we? Did we build a? It's always so hard to see. No, we didn't build any power. Else I think I could see it. Yeah, so let's get some power up to our farm, because we will want that eventually. Yeah, is there any reason I wouldn't put it? Why are you red? There you go. let's go ahead and get rid of, demolish that. And we just want a little dirt road. No need for a paved road to this guy. And I don't know. I don't think this guy's going to use much power. Why don't we just give him the littlest poles? There we go. We'll make it look official. Power lines following the road. Oops, did I connect that? Right? That's what you'd see all over America, generally speaking. All right, good. Yep, so now we need to get them working on that, and then we'll have power up there. There it is. Oh, I missed. There you go. Good. So they got plenty of work to do. And let me leave this guy open because I want to, as soon as these roads are done, I want to try to remember to get back up here. Oh, is that road done already? Boy, that was quick. Yeah, he's knocking them out. Good. There you go. So build that bus platform, and then we'll buy some buses when that's done. We do need to fire the farm up first anyway before it makes sense to get people into here, except for the firehouse. Let's get a, we don't have an extra bus, so let's just get another bus. We don't have much money. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, it would be nice to get, we really don't have much money. I mean, I'm thinking it would be, even if we didn't get that many people, let's hold off and let's take a look at our money, because it's now becoming a bit of an issue. Yeah, let's make sure, are we exporting? Or do we have like a dumb truck? Let's make sure we're not. Ah, we did it again. Oh, our flatbeds. We don't even have any steel in them. Is this guy gonna run out? No, it's just this one. Yeah, I think we really need to consider that other construction office as a bigger, or the other gas station up there, as a bigger priority. So let's send this guy back to the depot. Yeah. Yeah, I think I really am starting to want to build this, because that's a bit of a killer. Oh, look, he's going to go all the way there anyway. You know what? Let me pause this. Really? Well, he doesn't have anything on him, so that's the other negative here with sending these guys up this way. They don't even have anything on them. Yeah. You know what? Cancel that stop. You could just turn around now. Same thing with you. You don't even have anything on you. You just caused us to lose money. Yeah, so there we go. All right, well, yeah, I think I'd really, let's see what happens if we take this guy. It's going to be like the road trip from hell to go to work every day and work. Like, are they even going to be able to do this? And I don't know that it's going to make any difference if we use the closer construction office, because the one thing we could do, yeah, start, you know what, let's see if they can build the substation and the switch and the little wires in between. and these wires, because I have to get the wires done first anyway. And then let's just make sure that, where are they getting workers from? Is that the, yeah, that's going to be, I don't think it's going to make too much difference. I was going to say, can they get workers from here? But I don't, it's not going to make any appreciable difference. I mean, that's the closest place they're going to be able to get workers from. And then something else I think I'd like to do is take one of these and say, this is our fuel, right? Yeah. So this is the fuel for internal use, which hopefully stays full. And then we'll go unload here. And wait there. Yeah, because I don't know, in all of our shuffling, I think I must have pulled the truck off of there. Or I don't know, whatever. We now have a truck that will sit there. Is there any related vehicles? Not just the one. Yeah. So, hello, Steve. Welcome to the stream. Hello, John. How are you guys doing today? So yeah, well, let's just see if they're even able to build out that far, or if the workers can't go that far. Because if the workers can't go that far, that's just sort of a big problem. Maybe what we could do is then maybe try to just get a gas station as far as we think the workers could go, because anything's better than having to come all the way back to here for fuel, because this would be the closest fuel station would be right here. Okay, well, there we go. So another problem aware of. Sometimes in life you don't like to hear bad news, but it's better to know about it than to be blissfully not making any money. And so how are we doing? Well, we're still producing. Yeah, see, so we have, we're full of bitumen on our one side, and this is exactly like we'll only export from this one. So that's another thing that's probably happening to us, is that we're probably not exporting nearly as much. I don't know. It's January, or I think we've been doing this now since the beginning of the year, but let's go take a look at we can go back to fast forward. Let's go take a look at the exports. See, we're only exporting fuel. That's another thing I'm kind of curious about. Yeah, see, last year we were up in the middle of last year, and then we went down as time went on. And then the bitumen has gone down to almost zero. But then let's look at this year, and we haven't done any bitumen so far this year. And I think we're now at the point where we need to question why. Is that because of all of these trucks sitting here? Let's go ahead and, do we have any vehicles? Yeah, I think they're just, yeah, what are you guys doing? Unload anything. You should be, wait a second. Are you coming back from there? Wait a minute. Load. You know what? Head back there, buddy. Are you telling me that like every one of these trucks I put on the wrong? Ay. Okay. It's a good thing I'm in charge, huh? Oh, Lord. Yeah, it's not like I did it once either. I guess we could be sending these guys back there. Since they're wherever they're at, they're better off heading back to actually export the stuff they drove all the way there to export. You know, and the worst part is it was a few months ago that I first said, Hey, look, we didn't export any bitumen. And I just figured it was because we had that traffic jam, which... Yeah, I shouldn't have closed those, huh? No, I should have left those open. Unload. Yep, you unloaded. Okay, there we go. Look, we even got more money now. See how that works? So we might not even need the extra. Yeah, let me just reopen. Unload. Unload. Now you shouldn't be going to there. You should be going to the other one. Unload, unload. Uh-oh. I have no idea what you said. I'm sorry. Yeah, this guy's... I'm going to start him. Because why not? But this guy... This guy is going to the wrong tank. Where is he? Yeah. See, he should be going... Not that it matters that much, but... The idea... Where the heck is he? Oh, he's going over there. See, when you go to get asphalt, you should be getting it out of this plant. Or this tank. Or not asphalt, but bitumen. Yeah, so this is for the ones that are using it in town, and then this other one's for the ones that want to export it, so that they only export the quote extra in a sense. So that we try to keep even if we have too many trucks, we have a bit of a buffer, hopefully. Now the problem is that these trucks stop it from going into here. So it would be better, in my opinion, if this pump could win the battle. But this is pretty good. So there we go. So now we have fuel trucks at least waiting. Good news is this will space them out pretty well. You had 2 loads at the border at the left pile. You had 2 loads at the border at the left pile. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Okay. You know what we want to do? I'm going to need a translator. If anyone can translate for me, that would be great. If not, I'm sorry, I can't understand. So in any event, what I want to see here is, well, the gas station we're not building. Are we? All related vehicles, dumper. Which one had... Yeah, this was it. I want to see if one of these has... Yeah, this has everything it needs. So there we go. So passengers have been 4 hours and 11 minutes. So where are you at? Nope, there we go. They made it to this far. That's good. That was good timing to catch it. So, nope, they made it to here. So the problem that we're going to have is that in order to get this done, we either need to auto build it, and we now have 23,000. I think we need to go into emergency mode here because we can't run out of power. So we may have to start stopping some constructions. Let's stop the import. Well, we're not even purchasing this. I will stop it because why not? So what are we... Yeah, we need to figure out real quickly here what we're purchasing. Power, food. me electrical components is killing us. Yeah, we have to stop that. Yeah, we have to. Are we still buying it, or did we just buy it to do those? Oops, wrong one. Are we not buying anymore? Yeah, we have to stop construction here, I think. And yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're going to cancel that. I'm just going to cancel this because we can't get up here anyway with people. So it's... Yeah, and then... Yeah. Yeah, we have to get our money back up. Which means we really should consider... Well, I can't even auto-purchase this at this point. How much would it cost to auto-purchase that? Just that one stretch would be 60,000. So even if we wanted to, and we'd have to be able to get all the power up here before we could. There's no point in just auto purchasing the fuel station because we'd need the power. And then, yeah, I'm just going to stop this. That's not being constructed because the road wasn't done at the time. I'm going to stop this. Anything that's not, quote, necessary. And we shouldn't be doing that much more construction. Yeah, this is done, but now we don't have the money. Well, I guess we could. Yeah, I think what we should do, because we don't have the money, why don't we take a look at what is this guy working on? Nothing. Why don't we look at some of what he's got in here and eye it up for our... Oops, where am I going? I'm going to just tear apart what we can from this construction site until the money goes back up. Like, I'd like to get this going, and I'd definitely like to get that firehouse going. So let's take this bus and this bus out of here and send them for now over to here, right? So that we can use them for workers. And then, yeah, we need some money for some farm equipment. But we can use the covered haul out of here. And we can send him up to the farm. Now, they're still building that silo, which I'm pretty much okay with. If we have to just spend a little bit of money on something. So that guy's going to go to the farm. So we'll at least have a covered haul. And we'll have buses when we're ready for that. Yeah, none of this other stuff is going to help us. We need covered hauls. All right, but at least we got a covered haul to go out to the fields. So then the other thing, let's take this guy off of auto search. And we'll get him... I don't know, is it better to... I don't know. Here, let me do this too. Let me shrink this. Let's hook up all the rest of the fields. Hey, Mike. Welcome. Please build me a house. I'm tired of sleeping in a tanker. All right, so this, let's delete this here. This is for like construction purposes only. Oh, and that one's not done, so we can't attach that, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. We'll get all the rest of these fields hooked up. I probably should have turned the other way. Yep, that one's hooked up. Yeah, that one's hooked up. This is hooked up. Yeah, I don't know why it does that at times. Yeah, that one's hooked up. So these aren't hooked up, but their road's not done. Thank you, Rotzko. Yeah, I know that typing it out can be a pain. So 2 of the trucks for bitumen are on load, you're saying, or unload at the border. All right, let's see. Because I definitely consider that a top priority. Load, unload. Unload. Load, unload. Load, unload. Load, unload. Load, unload. Load. Thank you. There we go. All right, and as I close them, I'll double check. So I'll go through each one and close it. Load. Where we get it right. Yep. Good. So that'll help even more. Look, we're up to 32,000. That's not exactly great money, but at least it's better. And that should be all of them. What is this? That's our agro farm. Yeah, let's just check. What are the vehicles? There's just that one tanker coming here. Okay. All right, so there we go. Thank you again, Rostoko. Is that how you would say it? Yeah, so this is canceled. Yeah, we'll let our money get up a little bit. And then let's go around and assign him. Now, do you think when we can't afford everything, are we better off just assigning some things that are close? Like why don't we just assign these ones that are right in the heartland there? I know they do prioritize them and what they can work on. And I guess we'd probably be better off just assigning them more than they can do. But we also do need to get, do we have power here? Yeah, so we do need to get the fuel up here. Yes, so we're going to have to just pick a truck. Oh, there it is. It's done. And we just purchased fuel. Not ideal. Let's get off of that. And I'll just leave that open for a second. And we have lots of extra cisterns down here. So we will take him. Say go from here to here. All right, so now we got fuel on the way. We got fuel in here. So let's see what we can afford. Yeah, the Dom 85, CL Dom 85 is definitely kind of worth it. But before we do that, let's make sure we can get... These two are the same. This one's a little bit cheaper. Why this one? Huh. They're both the same speed. This one has more power. I guess that means it uses more fuel. I don't know. I don't know why this one with more power would be cheaper. They both have the same speed, top speed. I don't know. Sowing speed's the same. Let's just go for this one. Yeah. And then I think we at least should probably think about a Dom. Why can't I buy the Dom? Really? Oh, because we don't have any dollars. Oh, yeah, that's sort of an issue, isn't it? Okay, well, I guess we're probably better off not spending that much money. Let's make sure we get the fastest. Yeah, so we'll do the $15,000 one here with speed 30. East Germany. It's a fine. Germans know how to make equipment, right? There we go. So that's... At least we've got a farm started, I guess you could say. Oh, there we go. Look, and now we have this. So the next thing we probably want to do... Yeah, you're probably right. Like, we should probably... Let's see, is this road done yet? No, they're out there rollering this road. Well, let's give them some time. Yeah, let's get an extra tractor. You're right. I know what you're saying there. I didn't see your chat until after I... There we go. So we're now down to 11,000. We are not going to click on any more constructions, unfortunately, for a fair amount of time. Boy, we could use a fire truck too, couldn't we? Oh, yeah. All right, so what are we spending money on right this minute? Power, food, clothing, electronics, meat. Well, we bought that little bit of fuel. We should be okay. If you look, we've cut our constructions down to 6,000. The problem is we just spent money on like these vehicles and whatnot. Like if we come back to here, like vehicles imported 32,000. So I think that we're going to be okay. We just have to cool our tool. And then the other good news is as we get this going, as we get some crops, like you said, it's going to be a few months, but we got the 2 tractors. And if we can get up, I don't know, say to 30,000, I know what you mean. We'll get another tractor. We have the harvester, which is good because, you know, I mean, it's not going to make that much difference. But you're probably right. We could have, I don't know. I guess you could ramp them up. But yeah, you should definitely get your tractors going first. And I'm assuming we'll do the standard, 3, 4, 5, which it means, for those of you who don't know, means 3 tractors sowing, 4 covered hauls, and 5 combines. Seems to be the best combination for many situations. And this farm layout should be a really good farm layout, just because you're as centralized as you can kind of make things. I mean, I'm sure you could do a little bit better here or there. I'm not trying to say this is the best in the world ever. Just it's a pretty good and centralized farm layout. I think you're not going to get a whole lot more efficient than 14 big fields all attached to, as close as you can reasonably get them to the farm. Like you could argue that it would be better to put a road across here, but it's really, if they have to go, like the farm comes out to here, right? So it's really, the farmers come out to this point, they can go to any which direction pretty evenly. Like, I don't think building a road across here would even get it to be that much more efficient. So I'm happy with it. I think this will be pretty close to my best farm design ever, in a sense. And I would try to mimic myself. I think I would try to mimic this even more. But let's see what happens. All right, so let's go make sure that all of the fields are attached. And like I said, they do work on them, I've noticed, in the order that you click on them. Yeah, so I think we got them all. I'm just going to go through. And you can tell because they won't have sown them. There we go. See, our money's going up quickly enough that I'm confident enough. Let's get our 3rd tractor going. There we go. Yeah, so it's good. Then once one of the fields, see this field's not even done being sown yet, so. Antonio, sorry, I just saw your chat. And hello, Mike, by the way. I don't know. Yeah, you missed a little bit of action. Not too much. And yes, Antonio, there is a gas station right there. Oh, look, we just had a tractor get refueled from it. And I already, excuse me, put a cistern on to the job there. So now, yeah, I don't think there's too much to sit here and watch, but as soon as we do start getting some crops going, they should get into here, and then we'll talk about, well, we might have some money by then, but we're not gonna have money by then because we have to buy, 5 harvesters at that point, and I'm going to steal covered hauls if we can from our constructions, at least short term. Yeah, we could probably, let's get one of these. Yeah, I think we should fire up the food for the bread first. No, not, yeah, change. Do we have to send him? I think we do have to send him to a depot first, don't we? Yeah, so hopefully I won't forget that we're stealing these covered hauls. And then this one, I would think we just send right to the farm. Right, and then can we do list of vehicles, all map? Yeah, it's only those 3. So we have like 7,000 oil tanks, like 2 pages of oil tanks. Well, a little over 1 page of oil tanks. And we've got 3 covered hauls, the thing we need now. Yeah, you're right too. The fire truck is something that we might even be able to afford one. Yeah, we can afford something. Yeah, I don't think I'd like to get the 12s. Yeah, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take my chance. Yeah, the 12s, I think, do a real nice job. You can get 12 people. So now that we have the 12s there, we should have the buses in here. Let's go ahead. And the other thing I need to do is say no students or passengers. And I don't think we're going to have a ton of people here anyway. So you're going to go from here to here. And then we zoom in. Yep, you're going to do the same. So why don't you get started? And I know this isn't going to make a great long-term difference, but at least we'll get some people up there. And I'd like to talk about, as we get more money, of course, and trains even, like, it would be real nice, I think, to get... Trains are just so much more consistent at getting workers without traffic to get in the way. So we'll start this one. And then let's go to this bus platform here. I don't think that matters, but let's specify. Can we put this at 0 for now? So for now, any workers that you get, why don't you take, they should go there. Now, I am willing. You know what? No. I'm going to have this go. Right. Yeah, this guy doesn't need a covered haul to work on all of that. He won't be able to work on those just yet, but there you go. So Yeah, see, we are doing some construction. We're making some footpaths. And we got some firefighters. Thank you, Antonio. You were absolutely correct. I would have definitely regretted these buildings burning down. So that was a good call. Care if we have one firefighter and the one truck. It's better than having a building burn down. There we go. Look, we got crops in the ground that they're growing. Probably a lot of times just as easy to look at this. So we're 33% grown. Yeah, why aren't we? There's another. Are we keeping up with the fuel? Yeah, no problem. The tractor went to go get some more fuel. Good. See how, like, when I assigned them in that order, they're working on the fields in that order. So it's my opinion that you should put the fields that are closest first, so that's always their priority, is to get as many crops off the close fields, right? It's all about just maximizing it. So if they don't get to a field, if you notice what I did, like this field's like way down the list, and this field, the furthest ones away, are furthest down the list, so that you're always just getting as many crops in as you possibly can, even if that means not getting a certain field done all the time or ever. Like you're still better off just always harvesting and whatnot. So go look, we're getting up to 35,000. So that's good. Yeah, except we only have 3. I just read your comment, Mike. We only have 3 covered halls. So it's, yeah. We're doing what we can with them. As a matter of fact, let's take, now that this guy's reassigned over here. So I have the 2 of the covered halls are going to start working our fields. And then at least to get started, we'll have this one. Yeah, where is he going to go? He's going to go from here and load up some corn. And then for now, he's going to take it over to the bakery because I want to get that. The food is our bigger expense. And it's, well, it's going to take people for the food, but it's not going to take as many to get this bakery at least making something, right? So it's just, oh no, you do want to do corn. Not that he has any other choice but to pick up corn, and I definitely want you to wait in both locations for now. Yeah, drop off corn. You might as well wait. And then let's get him started because he'll just go up there and wait anyway. And yeah, we're almost done. Oh, we are done those. That's the one he's still working on. Good. We're up to 35. Yeah, we're doing okay. I think we just went a little construction nuts. And I think part of it is our decision to not build this, right? Because this would have been making us bricks and prefabs and other things. And again, it's not that we were dilly-dally. We just didn't build it. It's all good. I mean, it's just the starting of the game, right? That's not a criticism of us. There we go. So that's done. Yeah, the other thing we could probably do is look. Is there going to be any dumb buses coming in here? Yes. We could. Well, one. Do we really want to shut down that bus, though? It's not really taking that many people. I'm just trying to think, is there any places buses would be going that we wouldn't really need people? And I don't necessarily think there is. Right? Because yeah, look, we're down on our steel, so that's good. So any steel that we're producing. Oh, we took those trucks. Okay, that's right. What are you doing? This is the guy that got... Sorry, finish my... And then you can wait there. So what are you doing? You are going to the steel storage. Where are you going? Oh, you're going over to here. Why are you going over to there? I don't want you going over there. Okay. Why don't you come to here and yeah, let's get rid of this one. But then in between, why don't we send him, just for the sake of it, over to here. He can unload steel, not wait. Then come over to this one and unload steel and wait. Because nobody else is really going there right now. And that'll just make sure we have some steel over here. And eventually we'll just fill this up and he'll kind of grind to a halt anyway. Yeah, so let's just look for, yeah, good. We're up to 42,000. We're 64% grown. We've got how many people? Enough people in our firehouse. How many people are at this bus stop? Not so many. How is our population doing? It's up to 17. We've gone up 200 workers in the last hour and 40 minutes. So that's great. If we had a little more money, I would probably start building this. Now, how? We probably want to keep an eye. Yeah, let's go check. There was a couple houses here, like I think this one. Yeah, we're up to 154 over here. But then this one had very few, right? Yeah, so why don't we, just so we don't end up, let's just level this out a bit. And I think, yeah, that one could have used a little leveling. Yeah, so let's take, let's just level these out. Ooh, this guy might start producing. So yeah, let's take some of these people, not them. Let's take a couple of them. Yeah, we'll stick a few in here. Yeah, that's pretty even on those two. And then this prefab, let's just take a few of those people. Oh, wrong area. And we'll... Is there one of these that's more depleted than the others? Yeah, let's put them in this one, which I think is this one, right? No, this one, yeah. Good, that'll give us a few more workers over here, and then we can get these houses built. But look good, we're up to 54. We're just about ready to start harvesting. We don't really have enough covered halls either, but at least we got something going. We should probably, yeah, well, at least we have something going. So we'll see. Let's go ahead. Yeah, there's 3 combines. Where's, yeah, so this is going to be 19,000. I don't want to spend the money on another covered hall just yet, but that'll give us, now we'll have 3 combines. We'll have to get another 2 covered halls and another 2 combines. But at least we're going to be ready for that. So before we are doing too much else, that'll be good. And then we could start ramping up the people. Yeah, see, so we're not, how many are we getting here? Not that many. Problems. Yeah, and we really, there's just not that much we can do. Does anybody have any ideas? Let's go make sure that we don't have... See, once these guys over here, just make sure we don't have some massive traffic jam. Usually happens up this way. No, we're plugging along, which is reflective in that our money is going up. And then if we take a look here, let's just look at last month. Yeah, 91,000. That seems like about what it should be. Yeah, we're exporting stuff. Good. Last month. Now, how are we doing on our... Now is probably, rather than doing nothing but staring at the map, probably a good time to just check for efficiency issues. Not that I'm sure we have any of those, like sending a bunch of trucks up that weren't unloading. So how are we doing here? Bitumen. And this is full, I'm assuming. Yes. So why don't we... Yeah, this is... We're not getting enough people there to really run a bakery. But let me click on here so that I can get one of these, which is unloading now. And... What are you? Yeah, you're a fine candidate for a bitumen run. And how about you? Yeah, you are fine. Just making sure he's not a truck that belongs going someplace else. So let's start these two guys out so we get rid of some more of that bitumen. Don't want to ramp it up too fast. We'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, and this guy, see, he's also going to the wrong place. He should be going to number 2. Which I do wish you could rename more of this stuff. Yeah, so we'll just unload or load bitumen there and then drive over to there and sit there and wait. And then how are we doing on the fuel? Well, our system seems to be working, though we seem to have too many fuel trucks, I would say. But let's just see what happens. I don't know if did bitumen stop us. Bitumen may have stopped our fuel production. So we'll have to see. There we go. Good thing to check. And then as far as... Let's make sure we don't have some extreme number of people waiting. No. Remember, we're running our whole thing over here with these people too, so our gravel and this other stuff. And we're up to 32,000 again. So what do? Do we get another covered haul? I'd say we get another combine. Are we harvesting? Hey, we've got crops at a covered haul. All right, so now, I don't know that there's too much we can do other than we should have, yeah, let's just do 50-50 for now, since we have so few people. We'll have to kind of readjust that. But at least we'll have some people coming over here to make food. And then I guess we'll need another covered haul. I don't really have any kind of food storage warehouse. Yeah, I think maybe we buy another covered haul just to come into here and gather up the food that we get. How much are covered hauls? I definitely want to get the bigger one. Yeah, it's this guy. That is... Yeah, we still can't get the... KDM, whatever it is, 5610. There we go. So this guy, his job will be, for now, to come to the food factory and then go to the shopping center. Load up on food. Is that food or, yeah, food. Looks like bread, but. And then come here. Now, do we send him? Yeah, why don't we just have him wait? Rather than driving all over Lord's creation, we'll just have him wait here with the food and drive back and forth. And if we find out that he's ready to go, right, if we still have too much food, then we'll get another truck. By then we should be okay. But I think it's better to get that going so that at least we get the financial benefit. We've got to buy it all eventually. And oh, look, is that a corn? Oh, yeah, look, we're getting crops. Good. Now, do we have any people here? Oh, and we have people. So we're making food. Hey, guys, we got another industry going. Congratulations, us. Send 2 cisterns from Village Depot to Nananatan. What do you mean 2 cisterns in the village? Oh, you mean, oh, yeah, okay, I got you. Because, yeah, these were just there because we were filled up in Nanantan's depot and we took them all off. But you're right, it's a good idea just to keep things straight, because this is where I tend to look for them. So good thinking. Thank you, Ratsko. Yeah, there we go. Good idea. All right, so we'll get them over there just so we gotta count if nothing else, because like just there, I forgot they were over there. So yeah, we're doing a little better. Yeah, we're not hitting the limit here. Though I'm sort of wanting to. Yeah, there we go. So so that's the problem with not having a pump, right? Like it sort of fills this up as it fills this up. Like if you have a pump, it'll pump it all out of here into this tank. So like these two sort of find their own level together. I don't know if it's the same exact percentage, but it's kind of close where it's, they're not fine. And the good news is we're processing all of the oil that we can. We're only using 70 some workers. I don't know if we should even turn that down a little bit, but I don't want to mess with too much while we're on money crisis here. But yeah, we're staying ahead of it. I don't know, maybe we should put on another truck or two. Just use this guy for copying. Put on 2 more trucks because we could use the money. And if there's too much, we can always send them back to the depot. Good. And our agro farm, look, 2 fields now. All right, so can we afford 3 fields? We have 3 combines. Now here's a question. Does it cost more to purchase? 19,000. I never asked myself this question. Nah, same thing. Just wondering if it was cheaper to buy them from the depot. If there is any difference, it's probably just the import fee. If this is technically closer to the border or something, but basically the same price there. Yeah, I think we kind of need both. I don't know that if you can't get the crops off the field, there's no sense in harvesting them. And we have 4 fields, 15,000 covered haul. Ouch. We don't want to run out of money. Hopefully we have a bunch of trucks on the way. There we go. So now, yeah, 1 more of each. So that's going to be what? Another 35,000. And then the other thing we're going to run into is, yeah, see, we need more covered halls to get over here. Now, the other thing is we're ramping all this farm up. I think we should stop right there. Let me just stop right there until we ramp this up more, because there's no point in making like 70 million crops that we can't even use because we don't have enough people. So, but let's just see also, let's balance it out. Like, we are using up the crops, which is telling me we probably should get another covered hall next for this. So now, do we have crops of our own making? Yes. Yeah, I'm going to leave the food on purchasing. How much do we purchase? 0.8. Good. I think they changed that. I don't remember ever being able to just put it on like 0.8. And that's good, because at times I think you really just wanted to run real low, and it wasn't letting you run it low enough. Now, the other thing is, don't click on this stuff, because I don't even want to show you, because I think you might not be able to turn this back down to less than like 1 ton of meat, and you're only holding, or like, it doesn't let you fine tune this very much, this purchase thing. So I'm just going to leave that alone, because I like what we're doing there. Hope that made sense. Like, in other words, if you start messing with that number of the meat, especially, like, you can never buy less than 1. It's almost like you almost always have to have a truck in there. Why is our voltage fluctuating so much? I don't like that. So we're just going to close that screen and ignore it. Some of the buildings, I think, do tend to flutter a lot. Like, because it's like as each person comes in, they do that. But that's good. This should be a pretty good reduction in our food costs. Now the other one, yeah, how are we doing here? Okay, good. So we're producing enough food for one of our towns. Good. Which means we definitely could get another. I know this can't be the most exciting thing, but hey, this is what you put up with in a live stream, I guess, with the fact that we don't have that much money. We're hand to mouth, as they say. Yeah, but we could get more crops down there. So I think the next step will be let's just let our money go up a little bit higher than that. Oops. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we'll get another. Yeah, I think that's enough waiting. Let's go down to here. And covered hall. That is the one we want, right? Yeah. Holds 10 tons of crops. Yeah. It's the best we can get for now. So you're going to go from here to here. You know what? Where's your buddy? It's going to be a lot easier than clicking all those things. Good. So now we'll get 2 trucks of crops over there, and when we have a little more money, we'll probably get another. We'll get another truck to haul food from here, because once we have that extra, see, we're out of crops at this. Well, no, we're not out of crops. Well, we'll see. I still think it's good to have. We'll flood it with crops if that's the case, so that running out of crops is never the problem, which it might not have been anyway. But it's all right. We'll get there. 10,000, and without having a power plant, we really need to make sure these trucks don't run out of fuel on their way up there. We really don't need anything to stop the flow of cash. But like I said, eventually as we ramp this food up, so this guy's just about ready to come back, and we've got enough food. for his next trip. If we put another truck on here, now are we out of corn? No. This extra truck we put on this route will just sort of ensure that we don't, at least for the moment, that we don't run out. So as soon as we get a little bit of extra money, I think I want to build some more houses over here so that we can just make sure we don't have any plus 21s, but our population is finally growing nicely. So we'll get this food thing taken care of. All right, so am I watching it too closely? Should we go off to try to do something else? I know we can't go too far away. I guess we can close this screen. We've got plenty of fields growing. We know we need to buy more equipment, but I don't think there's too much sense until we can buy more covered halls and take better advantage of our food. And we also have the whole people problem, which means getting those houses built. Now, as far as this goes, yeah, I don't want to build this because most of this will be relatively cheap to build. We'd have to build a little bit of bricks and a little bit of boards. I mean, it might be worth getting that construction going. Or why don't we start designing this over here, just because it doesn't cost us anything to design, like how exactly we would take advantage of this coal, and then we could, even if we don't build the power plant anytime soon, at least kind of gives us something to do while we're waiting for our money to go up. Yes, I will as soon as we have the money. Antonio, I just read your chat. My next goal is to get just what you said. We just don't have the money for another truck. And I just, we're doing okay. I'd like to ramp up the number of people here, but I'd like to see this silo with a little bit more corn in it. So that's why I bought the last covered hall. And then if you look, we're not making a massive amount of extra food. Like this guy is. Yeah, so actually we are. We're ready for another truck, and once we get up to 30,000, I don't want to take our money, I don't know, we're already cutting it razor thin. Considering that we don't have, if we lose power and we can't purchase, we have no way of purchasing power, we could, if we go to zero, we really can't go to zero, because we'll lose power and all production will stop and we have no way of making more. But yeah, I think we're at least ready now. We won't go down below 10,000, which doesn't even make me comfortable. But yeah, I plan on actually getting 2 trucks, just so you know, for this one over here, because I think it's far enough away that, by the time we go from here all the way over to here, we're going to run out of food in our shopping center here. So let's, I'm going to have this guy wait in both spots for now, because we're not that steady in our, there you go. So food over to there. And then as soon as we get up above 30,000 again, I'll get another truck doing the same thing. And then that way we'll have, you know what I'm saying? Because we'll have 2 trucks sitting here. Now, eventually that's why I built these road cargo stations, so that we can send these trucks into the road cargo station, which will be nice, so we don't just clog this thing up, especially as we'll be making meat here, I hope, sometime soon. How is this doing? Yeah, we're doing okay. We're making food. Good. So that should cut down on our expenses, make our money go up even faster. All right, so let's talk about this for some interrupted minutes. What I'm thinking of, just to keep it, putting something here is going to be too close to town, I think. So we should definitely try to keep it up this way. But what we had in the past was, this was I think we designed this before we even restarted the map. But we have a coal mine up here. We have a coal ore processor that would have conveyors that would feed down into a coal storage yard. And then that coal storage yard, I think this is a bricks factory. Yep. So we would have a bricks factory. The other things, if we come over here and look at our construction that would need coal, is not the concrete plant, but the cement plant needs coal. And the power plants, well, we don't have it here, need coal. So really the next thing would be like a cement plant. So I would think we should try to put the cement plant further up this way. Now the conveyor connections for this guy, I don't want to have to build too many extra. Let's just click on this so we can see where they are. And see, if we put something down closer to here, are we getting... I mean, I guess we could always build houses over this way. We don't want to build them closer this way. And even with just having the... Well, we have all this electrical mess in our way over here. But since we need two... I mean, there's two connections. Now, we probably would be better off putting a mechanical conveyor in someplace anyway, but I'm thinking, all of what I'm thinking is I'd rather take people on the bus or however we get them up here a little bit further and maybe kind of put this stuff up the hill so that pollution's just not a problem, because it'll probably pollute out into this area. And then if we do want to jam a few more houses in, we could move these power lines if we had to. You know, wrap them around or put some more houses here. Of course, we could put some more houses over this way and don't want to get near this. So how does that sound? Hello, Martin, by the way. More tanker trucks, so one will comes when there's just one filled. Yeah, I've been... If you mean tanker trucks like here, let's see how we're doing. You know, part of it is just making sure that we're not backing up, right? Like this seems to be going down slightly, if anything, because I think we had even more in there at one point. You know, in the same ballpark, but at this point we're breaking even. We don't have any fuel. And we're still burning all of the oil. So at this moment, we could put another on there, but I'm not sure. Let's try to remember this number better. We've got, you know, close to an hour left. So we're going to, see, now we're down into 700. So let's just remember like 800 as the number here. And then if we come back in 15 minutes or whenever we come back, we'll know if we're close to 800, we could put another one on there. Like if you look, that's kind of what we're already doing. Now, the other thing is I don't always want one sitting there because otherwise we starve this tank, right? Like we want some excess to go into here. These trucks are like, this is our domestic supply. This is our export supply. So I don't want to stop these tanks from getting filled up. So in a sense, I want there to be a little bit of a break, enough to pump some extra fuel so that we never run out of our domestic supply of fuel. So it doesn't break my heart that there's a gap at times to refill this up. And the same would be true of the bitumen, of course. See, like here comes another gas truck. It's like we're never letting this tank fill up. So we might even have to take a gas tanker off of there if that's the case. But we'll see. I'm fine. We've got hundreds of tons of fuel in there, so I'm not too worried. But we will keep an eye on it. Good suggestion, Martin. I do like that. All right, we have 50,000 buckaroos. So let's get another truck. I think the easiest, it doesn't matter. We'll come here, related vehicles. There should only be the one. So that way we'll buy this guy over here. Be a little shorter first trip for him. And we'll get another covered haul. And we will give him Oops. Same assignment. So he can start bringing food. Let's see how our food is doing. Just to check on it. No, no food there. We have a truck waiting. Yeah, so we're not getting enough food, but that's okay. Well, I'd rather have a couple extra trucks waiting. Now, how's our corn doing? Corn's doing okay. So it's now our problem is getting enough people up here. And how's this? Yeah, see, we're filling up here, so I don't think we should buy more. I mean, we could, we're definitely going to buy more vehicles eventually, but we're making more than we're using because we don't have enough people coming up to here. And I don't think it's a problem with the buses. I think it's just we don't really have enough people coming over here. So yeah, as we build things and as our population increases, I think we need to just get these houses built and just get our population up. We're up to 1730. We have 800 babies and 1,000 children. So I think we're really doing well. Yeah, let's go. Well, you know what? Let's build one of these that's already half built, right? We only need a little bit of steel. Do we want to move this guy? Yeah, let's move this construction crew. We should probably get him his covered hall back. Yeah, let's close this. We'll move him back down to here. We have 2 open halls. Let's get the crane into here, and I don't know, the bulldozer into there. And we'll send these guys right away. So hopefully they'll drop that stuff off. Maybe we'll even send them back. Let's open a bunch of these. Yeah, look, he's there already. Before I even take your buddies out of there, go back and go to here. Oh, did I send the excavator? Never mind. Come back here again. Cancel that. Wrong one. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, come back here. Yeah, so the excavator I already sent. I didn't. It's a short enough trip. We'll be fine. I was going to send the flatbed back, but... Alright, so are all of you guys leaving or have left? Yeah, there we go. So that one's shut down. This guy, yeah, he has a cistern. I guess he's just left for fuel. Alright, good. So now we have this guy down here. And... let's assign him to this. Now, are you still auto-searching? Yeah, but you're not auto-searching buildings. And the reason this guy has all these footpaths is because he can't... He can't really work on the footpaths because he doesn't have the bus. Then this guy needs a covered hall. We have a few extra bucks. Covered hall. There you go. I mean, I guess we might as well. I mean, our money's doing okay. Are we? Yeah, we don't have the prefab panels, but they shouldn't be too expensive. So let's just get all 3 of those worked on, and then we can go off and go back to our designing over there for a minute. All right, so our money's not doing great, but at least we're back to constructing something. And yeah, crops, we're definitely getting enough crops. We'll have to remember to come over here and buy those vehicles when it makes sense. And then, I'd love to fire up the meat, but I'd like to see us with a few more workers. Now, the other thing is, oops, that's a fire truck. Yeah, what do we get? What's going on? Do we need another bus? Is that, or is it just that we're not getting anybody? No workers. Yeah, well, let's get some people moved into these houses. And then we could probably, why don't we specify these people to go to work at that one? So at least we have a certain steadier supply of people. And then these houses will be done soon. And then the other thing to probably consider is getting these built sometime. Yeah, see, we're not producing enough food to keep up with. Yeah, no workers. Well, you should be back to getting workers. Yeah, now the darn buses. See, that's another problem with these buses. They just seem to always end up one behind the other. And that's just a killer. And there's just no way. I mean, I've sat there and tried to space them out again. It just doesn't work. Now, why are you guys... Okay, never mind. I thought this was... Never mind. I thought this was the bus stop. Like, why aren't you guys going in there? See, like, that bus had, like, one person. So, hopefully they'll find another gap. But it's just any other vehicle that slows them down. You can't keep them spaced. So, that's why trains are so much better for this kind of scenario. So, we'll get there eventually. Who knows? We could put a train station up here, maybe. All right, well, there we go. At least I see we're probably doing better with food. Let's just take a look at our finances. That's not finances. Imports, yeah, look at that. Food down to 2,000. So if we look at this year, will probably be good. Yeah, look at one point we cut it way down for some weird reason. And now, yeah, so now power takes over as our biggest expense with electronics creeping up to 11,000. Yeah, we dropped off on our power usage. I wonder why. Food, 10,000. Yeah, see, it's all right. It's less than we would have spent. Yeah, let's take a look. Speaking of would have spent. Yeah, last month. Yeah, we can do this year, right? And then we can click on this, and then we can... Yeah, we can't click on food here, can we? Yeah, well, that's a bummer to see it going back up, but I guess it was because we weren't getting any workers. But good. But now we have 9 workers there, and hopefully those buses miraculously space themselves back out better. And we could even, if we ever get enough people over here, we can talk. Oh, good luck. Did we get... Yeah, nobody's in this house. So since we're... Yeah, let's look over here for... Is there one that's particularly... Nah, we've spaced them out pretty evenly, haven't we? Yeah, I think, well, maybe we just... Let's take a couple from each one. Or do we wait till those other houses are built? Yeah, we'll just take a couple from each of these. Like 1 click's worth. There we go. So that gives us 50 people over there at that house. Now, are there any of these that are getting... No. Well, we'll just cool our tool until the... Yeah, this one's getting up to 149. Good. Yeah, so we'll redistribute over here as well, just to make sure we don't get any plus 21s, but... Good. So that'll be a few more houses at least. Going up pretty quick there. Our money's holding up. All right, so I'm not getting this designed at all. We'll just... Now, we don't... Yeah, we have construction here. What do we have in this? We have a bulldozer and an excavator. What do we have over here? Just an excavator. We don't really need another one of those. All right, so this will be enough to get us started with leveling, is what I was wondering. So let's get our... So if we had this here, we already have this road up to here. Would we want to talk about another road that's a little more direct? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like right in this area, and then we'd have a road coming up. You know, like this was just a space holder, but I don't like this. Probably was even put down before the days that we had pollution in the game. So let's get rid of this cement plant, and yeah, we'll come out of here. All right, so let's see what happens if we come to a coal plant. It'd probably be nice to have it. Yeah, I would think like maybe this way, just because most of our power is going out, you know, in that general direction. Not that it matters that much. Am I going to find a... You know, if we put this too far away... But I'm thinking if we left enough room... I know we'd have to cross it, but if we came over like here, could we put our... Yeah, see, that's getting awful close. All right, let me level out enough. Let's just level out enough we can at least building level. Building leveling seems to be a little bit more powerful than regular leveling. I don't know if that's true or not, but it feels more powerful. Hey, Radomir, are you back from work? That was relatively quick. Or are you at work? Hey, Nino, welcome. I just saw your chat. Sorry about that. Not overly much, Nino, as far as the, you know, limiting the workers. I didn't do too much worker limiting. I mean, we're getting to the point where our workers are growing pretty steadily. It's just, it's not to say that that's not a valid thing to do. It's just that we're getting to a point where it's not such a horrible thing there that we have to worry too much about, like every store kind of thing. So yeah, we had done that a bit in the past, but we'll go check when I get done, maybe at least putting this one building down. We really have been in a money crisis for the majority of the afternoon here so far. And I'm just trying to get this, sort of start laying out an area for a power plant. And I'm trying to think ahead enough that if we were to do trains, could we get a train track through here? Yeah, I just want to make sure there's enough room. We don't need a lot. These power lines are extremely flexible, but I still want to make sure we have enough room. Just to make sure this thing's not completely jammed up. And unfortunately, I'm kind of right on a rock right there, which is not making this any easier. I don't need to go too close to those power lines. See that rock right kind of underneath those conveyor things. So they were on the there we go. All right, so this should probably be enough left to right as we look at it right now. I'm thinking we'd want to go back in a little bit further just to give a little bit more room for our road to come up onto a flat area. And like I said, we don't need a lot. And then the other thing is if you don't do this, then it's impossible to ever level it out again. So it's sort of, at least make sure you got a block all the way around your building if you ever want to be able to level a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, so if we put a power plant there, let's see what we would have to do to get a road in. Yeah, I don't think we should come up that way. I think we should come like straight up here and leave enough room. There's no problem with putting something right here. And then what I'm thinking of is we put our other industry like right there. So let's, I don't want that to attach. Right. We can't really mess too much with those power lines. Yeah, we don't want to bring that down too far. They could drive right through the power lines themselves. Oh, we need a free excavator. What did you guys? Did you run out of fuel? Is that where you're going? Yeah. All right. Well, let's go check on our food then, since we're waiting for him. So we just got our food production going, for those of you who just joined us, like Radomir and Nino. There, look, we have food. Okay. So we must be getting more steady workers because we assigned that house, and then we're probably getting more, yep, because, well, not there. Yeah, so what was it? Was it this house? Yeah, this guy was getting, oops, made that guy big and messed me up. Yeah, let's level that guy out a little bit. Yeah, we'll take a few out of here. Yeah, if they're getting up well over 100, I figure I'll take a few out. But yeah, this guy, we just put some in there not that long ago. Yeah, let's go see about stealing a few souls from over here. Is anybody? I think we just looked not that long ago, but I thought there was one that I thought, yeah, I could take some from there. Or did I already do that? No, there wasn't. We just decided to steal a couple from everybody, huh? Well, let's do that again. Now I can't see anything. Yeah, let's just put a few more over here. At least they'll be, I feel like they'll be making babies. Let's put 2 from there. Close that one. Put 2 of them. There we go. So that should be a few more workers. Now, the other thing we could talk about is if we think we're getting, yeah, look at that. Food factory, 56 workers. All right, you know what that means? That means we should get the footpaths over here done. Yeah, you need a, really you need a footpath to there. And then you, well, can you go there? No. Can you go there? No. It's not really a crossing. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. Thinking maybe we're better off doing that. Because we can't, like this is, I'm assuming we can't build one. Yeah, so we can't build across these factory connections. So they kind of have to come around the outside. And then this, oh wait, you know what? Yeah, see, we can't. Yeah, there's no, it's not snapping to any place in here. It snaps to there, but I can't build it through here. Now the other thing, we could redo these roads real quick, and we have enough money now. Well, let's just see if it's a problem. I think they should be able to get over there if we build all this. It's a little bit convoluted, but this guy. So yeah, you guys missed the drama of completely running out of money almost, and oh good, we can get all those done in one shot. That rarely happens in life. And then we need to probably get this done and this done. And yeah, we probably need to get that done and that done, and well, heck, we might as well do them all. I'm not sure why I didn't before. Probably because we didn't have the roads connected or something. Yeah, so let's get this guy helping with that. And yeah, well, yeah, let's let that guy, we'll have this guy start doing these first. So for those of you who didn't watch every minute of the exciting live streams, this is 3 livestock yards, livestock farms, with a livestock hall connecting the 3 of them, and then the livestock hall is connected to the slaughterhouse, which is then connected to, well, the rail cargo station, sure, but also the meat storage. Actually, this is connected to the meat storage, and the meat storage is connected to the road cargo station. And then the other idea would be that I just sort of plop these down. They're more of a space holder. Don't build anything else here. This is another set of 4 livestock farms with a livestock range here where we could just truck extra, like if we wanted more livestock, we could truck it down to here to the slaughterhouse. So there we go. So good. So since we have more food, like we're about to back up on food here, I figure, well, let's spread those workers out to the meat. Now, how are we doing with our finances? Hey, look, food. This month to date dropped off to nothing. How about this year? What is it, March? Not much of a year, but yeah, there we go. That's what we wanted to see. So that's great. And look, our money is responding nicely to that. Now, at some point, when it comes to things like the steel and the everything else, now how are we doing on the steel? Why is this guy? Yeah, we're just filled up on steel. So that's another problem, that we don't really have a good export method, but that's why we were over here at one point building this. Now, are we ready to go back to that, or do we want to focus on this? We've got like 25 minutes in the normal length of the stream. Let me just at least see. So I was building this road up to here, more or less. So let's just finish a thought maybe before and you guys can leave a comment while we're thinking. Good, at least it was yellow where we could. All right, so if we had a road that came down here, right through the power lines, And then we would connect that up. My thought would be, would we ever be able to get a train up here? Well, if we did, I'm not sure that I would worry about it being all the way up here, right? As long as we could get it close enough. So what that would mean to me is that we wouldn't, like maybe we would put the train over in this direction. Now, I'm probably going to come up and get rid of a fair amount of that so that I can do... Yeah, this power line's really getting a bit annoying. All right, just to get this a little more flattened out. It's not at all flat, just not quite as hilly. Because what I'm thinking of is somewhere in this general vicinity, we would have the cement plant. And the cement plant needs gravel and it needs coal. So our gravel yard is down here, and it certainly may be possible to, even though it would be a long trip, I think that's why I'd put the cement plant down this way. But if we were to have it like here, say, I think it may take us some extra conveyors. And the road is off on the other side, but I don't think we can do much about that. Now this guy also, I don't think they used to have a construction, whatever I mean, the factory connection. See how those factory connections sticking off this end? Yeah, let's level that up a little bit. I don't want to mess up the road too bad. I think we need to move down this way with it. Probably also need to move down this way. It's getting too close to the power lines on the other end. We read a chat or two here. Yeah, I don't think I missed too many of the chats. A recap, Foxy Cool. You're supposed to watch the whole thing. That's why I put it up later on. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we could do some kind of a recap. All right, so if we had this, I guess at this point, I don't think this would be too close to where our houses are at this moment. I don't like that the road... Yeah, see, we definitely... And we don't need to use these ones on the side, right? Like, it doesn't matter where the stuff comes in from what I've ever noticed. So is that straight? No, not quite. Let's go one. No, it is straight. So if we... Yeah, see, what I'm thinking of, what I'm trying to think of is if we were going to try to take advantage of the cement storage that we could attach to this. Here, let me just plop this down as far over this way as I can get it. And then we have now storages. See, like we could attach that guy. Can't really see. But he would kind of be in the way of he'd be in the way of these conveyors, right? like the one coal conveyor could go up this way, though we do kind of have the roads. We might have to level a little more out here to get that road and the conveyor in there. But we could come with coal from this conveyor, which would need. See what I'm saying? Like we could come out. Here, let me get rid of that. It's actually, that was sort of helping in a weird way. So we could come out of this one on this side and get coal over to there, and then we could come from this side and maybe get a conveyor into there for the other. But then this doesn't really. You know what? We could do like this. That might actually be straight enough, and we could take the road a little bit further over. Do we really need this? Storages, factory connection. Yeah, that would connect. Right, and then the biggest issue here is going to be the conveyor. Now the conveyor, yeah, we'd probably have to put it, yeah, let's level. Put it like, see, the bad thing about that is we'd probably need two of these then. Yeah, see, I don't think that's going to work. Not unless we level this up greatly. Even then, I don't know that we're going to get over that road. Yes, we just did. Huh. Okay, well that worked. So there we go. So this would be our, just to recap on this little design, there's our coal mine, there's our coal ore processing, there's our coal storage, there's a conveyor that would feed into there, and then we would need a conveyor that would feed into here. Yeah, let's level this up. Over this way, which would be painfully slow, but working. Right, and then be a bit of a miracle. Well, look at that. That works too. Did they make this friendlier? Huh. I don't know. I'm either getting better or lucky. I'd like to think better, but there, so we'd have coal to our power plant. We'd have coal into here, and then the only other thing will be, and probably just for lifting purposes and pumping purposes, and maybe a little bit of a change direction purposes. Oops, now let's level that up. We would have this become the, you know, this will help lift this over the road, I hope. We'll see what happens. I find it hard to believe I'll get lucky this many times in a row, but well, it likes it. So there we go. That would be, obviously, gravel. So we would have gravel in here into the cement. Then as far as like, we don't necessarily want or need a concrete thing close, right? This would give us plenty of cement storage, which I don't even know if we really need that, but there, what do you guys think? Plus we saved up some money while I was doing all that talking. And there's nothing else. Yeah, we got bricks already. It's not attached, it's not built, but and then we don't have power to here, but that's okay. That could all come in time. I mean, we'll have the whole power plant itself. What do you guys think about all of that? You should have a warehouse food store at the factory. Yeah. Sorry, Antonio. I know you probably left that. Here, let's turn off this wireframe. We're done with over there, I think, for today. I don't think we're going to... I'm happy with letting our money build up as we finish off the last 15 minutes and discuss what we want to do next week. And, we could get somebody started if we want. But, yeah, I didn't really... Well, we could do this. This might... Let's just see. Does this work? It might work. Storages... Yeah, it would go this way. Is that not level? Not perfectly. It's more level now. Let's get this guy as close as we can. I don't think this is going to work. No, it's. Let's see. They may have made it friendlier. Yeah, that's too. It's just a little bit too close. Now maybe I could put it further away. No, that's not going to work either. But hey, we'll give it a shot. Nah, too long. Yeah, I don't see how I would get a connection in there. Won't fit in here, will it? No. So it's just a little bit. I made it a little bit too close. Yeah, I mean, it certainly would be nice to have a connection, but it's at this moment I'm not going to tear it all down for the sake of having a connection. Now the other thing we should probably consider doing is, well, let's take one of these trucks. Well, we could probably really take both. If we go here and say, give me another stop to unload here, right? Yeah, then you wouldn't wait here, but then this other truck, is that this truck? Yeah, where's the other truck? There. Why don't we... Oh, that's the shopping center truck. All right, where's the other truck that's in here? This one. What if we had this guy going the opposite way? So this one's going to this one first, and then 2. This one will go to 2, and then this one, and unload corn. And then you'll not wait here, you'll wait here if you ever get this one filled up. All right, so now we should, without using any more trucks, we should be fairly evenly dividing it between these two. Now the idea with this one would be that we get another covered haul, and then we start, where is it? Covered haul. Oh, do we get more covered haul options? Yeah, but not the one I want yet. And so this guy would have the job of going from here. I mean, for right now, I think we should just focus on this one. But then eventually, he would go to each of these. This guy doesn't hold corn. No, he just holds livestock. It'd be nice if they held corn and livestock. But he would just drive from there and there and get us corn. Now, eventually this guy will have the job of you know, dropping off to all three of these. So for now, since he's not dropping off to all three, we can have him wait at that one. So let's start him out. All right, so that should theoretically, if we had workers coming in here, which means going to here and saying, I want you to send some people to here and here. Yeah, now I'm assuming if you put like this on 20, we don't really need 10 firefighters, but yeah, see, so now we have people coming into here. We don't have any crops, but that's okay. We got trucks for that purpose. Here he comes. He's dropping off crops. There we go. We're getting livestock. So are livestock going into here? Yes, they are. Are they coming into here? We are producing a tiny itty bit of meat. Yay. Well, barely. What are we missing? Livestock. Yeah, well, I knew these guys can go through maximum consumption 250 livestock. So yeah, like maybe we can. Well, how are we doing? Let's just see if we do okay with people. I think this is what we'll do for the last minutes, and other than maybe a little recap for Foxy Cool, but you just make sure this is running at least a little bit efficiently. So we have 13. Yeah, we don't really have enough people, but that'll come with time. What I'm wondering is, do we take a chance on putting another bus over to here? Before we do that, let's make sure they have. Yeah, was this a complete stupid waste of? Oh no, yeah, this was a waste. They're coming down this road and then over. That's fine, as long as they make it there. All right, so let's go a little more footpathing. Yeah, well, you could. Will you attach? Yeah, good. And then I'd rather give them a footpath around here. Yeah, you won't. Will you attach there? No. Can I get you to go like that? No. Trying to get as close to that road. I'm hoping that, here, let me zoom in. There you go. That's what I wanted. Right? Good. So that'll get them a footpath over to this factory. Oops, I should have done that. Let's get this guy. Yeah, you can only do that one at a time there, but there we go. So whether we do it right this minute or not, I guess the next thing, yeah, we have a little bit of meat. Now remember, we don't need a lot of meat. This is, you know, they don't eat a ton of meat, tons wise. So let's go over to here. And I guess since we have the money, do we get 2 or 3 refrigeration trucks? Let's go with 2. And they're both going to come to here. And you can't really set them on anything but load everything. And then, yeah, this is where, all right, so this guy's going to go to here and unload the meat. So you might as well start. And then this guy, why don't we have at least most of a construction crew over here, I think. Yeah, we're going to send him to this shopping center. Let's make sure I'm on the right one. But I already have too many vehicles pulling in here, right? Because we have 2 different food trucks, so there's a chance that we'll get like we don't have enough room. So let's come over here and it'll be like the one paved road in our little town here. And we could talk about paving these roads so they don't live in the Stone Ages. All right, so that guy can start working on that. And actually, we can assign this too, right? And then we can get this built so that, you know, we can just park some extra trucks in there so that we don't have a jam up. Well, there we go. So we now, let's see, we get, and then the same thing over here, since we're not, we might as well get that and that built, even though we only have 2 trucks. Now, are you not waiting? Yeah, you want to wait. And you can wait there too. So let's go back over to here and get this guy. The other guy needs to wait as well. That's this one. Yeah, you can wait in both places. Yeah, well, we're making meat. Good. The stakes are too high. Oh, the stakes are just fine. See, we probably could use a few less people in the slaughterhouse, since we don't really have enough people, right? And then let's say a few less people here and a few less people. So we'll send more people over to the food factory. More than 10%. Yeah, like half of them going to the food factory, which seemed to be producing us, you know, a fair amount. But see how that did drop off when we had that lower, and we really don't need that much more meat. And as we get more and more people up here, like it wouldn't be bad if we had a little backup of the livestock. And I'm thinking we just wait for more people. We'll go off and build and design other wonderful things, and our people will grow more babies. And then once we have more babies, we'll be able to... How are we doing on babies? Yeah, look, 800, 1,100 children. Are we educating all these little monsters? Yeah, students in the classroom. How's our university doing? Well, you know what? Let's up at the 25, since we don't seem to have enough. Though again, I'm not too worried about them all getting a college education. I guess it can't hurt. I do wish there was like a little more incentive to do so. Well, this one's on 20. Let's make the other one on 22. Not 22, but 20 also. Right, there we go. 20 professors, and all the students have a place in the auditorium. Wonderful. You would think they would go to the classroom too, but okay. There. So how are we doing on... Oh, we don't have any... we're using a good amount of our corn there, aren't we? But he has corn. I don't want to deprive our... Yeah, we may even want to put a second truck on this one. But then again, I've learned in this game, don't get too excited when you start out a new thing, because things have a way of balancing themselves out, and sometimes it takes months, like Rostov mentioned about the fields. I mean, it takes 3 months just to grow each of the fields after you've harvested it. So it can be, you know, a year in game before your farm really gets to be at like a steady state where things are filled up like this. So yeah, without even buying those extra harvesters and all, we're not using all of the corn. You know, these use 10 tons of crops per day. What does the bakery use? 42. Okay. And you're not out of crops? Why are you? Yeah, see, I wish this game would push things forward or make these factory connections a little bit smarter, where you could force this to be full, it would just sort of be nice. This balancing thing, I'm not sure why someone thought that balancing thing was the way to go, other than I guess they don't know which way you want it to flow. But in a case of like the crops, well, I guess you could always have it coming in or out, but if it was smart enough to know it was going to a consumer, like this one's going to consume crops, it should force it to the consumer, where in like this case, this is a producer of crops. It should suck it out of the producer of crops and fill it up, instead of like filling both up evenly. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it is just not what I guess I'm used to from other games. Yeah, so this guy, is he not waiting? Yeah, he's waiting to load. Or no, he's this guy. Do we not put him on wait? Yeah, you know what? You need to wait there, because you're annoying me that you're driving back and forth. Yeah, wait there until somebody pulls in. I don't think you'll clog them up, even though you did seem like you're... Look, he blocked in. He's blocking everybody. Buddy, that's not the line. The line's like this way. Right? Knucklehead. Now, could another truck... I hope the other trucks can get in there with him parked like that. There we go. But anyway, we're making meat. Are we making more than we need? Yes. Now, the only other issue is... Well, not the only other issue, but one of our other issues will be... Are these guys... Yeah, see, this is the one that's going to the village. The village is where the village people live, and that's right here. And then this guy's going all the way across there. So where is he right now? I'm just kind of curious. He's on his way back. Let's see if they run out of food before he gets back. Or meat. No, not yet. Because I think we're only buying it at 0.2. Let's just keep an eye on that as we wrap it up. It's after 5 o'clock, so that'll be the last mystery of the day solved, unless you guys have another quick question. So we'll come back next week and we'll talk about building this, or, you know, we've got our money back to the place where we're, I don't know, reasonably satisfied, I hope. You know, we're not dire for it, so, you know, we sort of put this whole construction on hold for... You know, for the fact that we were just having problems, and then this killed some time while we were waiting to ramp our food up. But I feel better about having gotten this designed, because I think this would be a nice little thing. Oh, the other thing, yeah, that's right. The thing that would be nice to get over here as well, because we have the gravel over here. That's right. Just think about this for next week, is the prefab panels. I mean, if we go here, it's probably going to be a little bit polluty. It doesn't really need to go there, other than it needs gravel. Yeah, and it would be hard to get the... I mean, it definitely could go here. Yeah, it would fit like a glove right there. I'm thinking that... Well, I don't really... I'll level this out a little bit, but is it getting... Let's just plop it down. Again, none of it's built, so I've learned in this game. Nothing's built, it doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, let's just level that out a little bit without messing up our cliff that we just made. Turning this for 2 reasons. One, I think it will be better. I want to try to keep it away from town as much as possible. And I got too much crap open to really see what I'm doing, but yeah, it's a shame there's not a way to feed cement right into there, huh? But if we wanted to, let's go over to our storages real quick. right? We could build that storage right there, and then we could build, make sure this connects. Always make sure those things connect. And then this could feed gravel into it. And then our road. Yeah, I don't really like that. Really? For all the luck I had in getting things through there, I was just wondering if I could get it. I don't really need a road through there, but no, you don't like that. A little too close. Yeah, I'd probably just bring this straight out, or pretty close to straight out, and right, so we would have, you know, we could just have like a truck that ran cement over to here, and we'd have a big full silo of the stuff. Heck, we could even supply from this one at that point if we really wanted to, rather than going from other places. Yeah, but if you really wanted to get fancy, we could even probably, oh, can you do cement through a road cargo? I don't know if we can. No, we'd have to look at one that was already built. How are we doing? Yeah, like this one. Well, we need one. Right, let's look here. Does it say? It usually will tell you. No, it doesn't say cement. But I thought somebody told me that you could get it from there. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't think we need a road cargo. I was just going to point out that maybe you could put a road cargo if you wanted to make this your main depot. But either way, you don't really use that much cement. So there we go. So what do you guys think? Is that, I don't think it's too close as to the houses we have right now. Maybe we put a pollution monitor in here and just see how far pollution goes, and just plan on growing our town like this way over here. Maybe not putting these houses in. Like, I guess we'd have to see how it went. Dennis, I just got your chat. Let's see. You know what? I forgot to look. I don't know if, did anybody notice if this went down? But the guy's back. I don't know. I guess we could tell maybe if we bought. I will answer your questions in a second, Dennis. Sorry. Let me just look. Finish my last month. A little bit of meat. So I don't know if that was because the guy didn't get back and forth in time. Is there a reason we're not missing bus? Oh, that's right. We stole the buses from this guy, didn't we? There you go. Have your buses. And you know what? While you're at it, have your covered haul back too. Now that we're rolling in the dough, or at least have a lot more than we did a few minutes ago. So there we go. So they couldn't build the roads here because it doesn't require a mechanism, and we didn't have any people. All right, so let's wait until the train cargo station could do cement. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I don't know if we'd bring a train. Now that we put all this in here, I guess we could talk about a train coming up here. Right? I mean, I think there's nothing going to be right where this power line is. And that would, you know, the train could, I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I'm not sure how much I'm worried about. You know, the prefab panels would be kind of nice to get done by train. And we do have, let's go to this, just so I can see. Yeah, we could, you know, potentially get a connection out this way to a train station. I don't think I would, I don't know. I mean, I guess connecting the cement could be a thing. I mean, we could bring the train up here to connect for cement. We'll see. That's sort of a ways off, I think, when we haven't even got our first rail construction thing going over here, but right. So anyway, all right. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I assigned this before I left so I didn't forget, so we get this done. All right, and how's our population? Yes, now that we're at the very end, compared to where we started, we picked up 1,000 more people. So we started at 2964 and we're up to 3948. We started with 1,500 workers. We have 1,880. And then we went from 649 babies to 900. We went from 815 children up to 1,100. So we are the place to be. We cannot make enough babies, and we are just doing great. Compared to, I don't know what happened in the beginning. I mean, it just seemed like we were growing slower than heck, but now they have jobs and pollution and all kinds of things they can look forward to. So, is that little road done? Yes. All right, so there we go. So that's the last thing I wanted to do, just so I didn't forget, because that's the kind of little thing I'll forget by next Saturday. But there we go. We got that bit. Well, let's take let me just slow it down to regular time. And I think we're in pretty good shape otherwise. But we got this generally laid out. Here's your recap, Foxy Cool. What else did we do? We got a little bit of a snafu with our trucks all unloading. Or loading instead of unloading. So they had a load schedule up at the export. That cost us quite a bit of money while we were spending quite a bit on our construction. But we started to try to get in here and design our railroad connection. Decided we would put a road bridge in here because it would probably be cheaper. But I didn't want to bust this up for the sake of, let's get the designing done. And then we decided to put in a construction office here, which we never assigned, just so that we could build this railroad track and do at least minor leveling up over this hill here, like make that railroad track as straight as we can. Now, I think once we get far enough along here, we'll probably be okay without much leveling. We have had no more problems since the beginning, but we did have a couple jam ups. We have to be careful whenever we send new trucks up this way that they could run out of fuel. But we can't build this because we can't get workers far enough. So just so you guys know, they ran out of fuel somewhere not fuel. We followed a bus and I just happened to catch it. The bus workers, it was a 5-hour trip to right here. So if we're going to go any further, we're either going to have to auto construct things or we're going to have to build another town closer in this area. And by the way, if you're looking for a rule that makes things a lot harder, try not ever auto constructing, because there's a thing, right? If you don't have enough workers, you can't build here, right? If you're doing all, manual construction, you have to build a whole nother town somewhere. You kind of have to spread out as opposed to just being able to jump around the map and build whatever you want. So keep that in mind as an added challenge. And I'm going to pause it now. I think that's good enough for this week. But then the other things we did, we got our whole farm fired up. So this was a lot of things came together in a sense, or at least it feels that way. We're producing food and meat. And yeah, well, we stopped purchasing, we've maxed out our steel. So we need to do something about that, because we should be selling that steel, or we should be doing something with it. We could be making a lot more money, which is part of the argument for getting the train going, right? That's certainly part. And remember, we left a little bit of space. I deliberately tried not to put that. We should be able to get under this conveyor, and I made sure I didn't build anything in a corridor here, so we could get a train up over this way, and we should be able to it's just a dirt road here. We should be able to get a train over to the steel. Maybe even trains going past the town. We'll see. Might have to skirt the village there one way or the other. And then we could also talk about getting, passenger trains over here at some point. Yeah, so there we go. So I feel, compared to a lot of the live streams. I feel like we accomplished some things. I guess we've obviously grown the town here quite a bit. And yeah, so there you go. Let me read some of these chats because they are coming hot and heavy now. Radomir, I'm sorry. I'm reading your chat from before, and I didn't really. I was in my own world of. I hope you didn't just somebody attempt to mug you. It's certainly, yeah. Well, good. I mean, I'm glad you chased him away. And Dennis, I think the storage do not pump things because then they could make you could make chains of multiple warehouses. Well, the warehouses don't. Why would you make chains of warehouses? Like, what would the. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Is that a. Like, it almost seems like a solution looking for a problem. Like why would I chain the where. Like, oh, I guess you mean. I don't know. Why wouldn't I be able to make chains of warehouses, you know? Like, would that be a bad thing? But then why not just have the code? Here's my question. Like I was saying, there's my question to that question that you had. And it's not, I'm not being argumentative. I know you know I'm good at being argumentative, but like, why couldn't the code just recognize what it was attached to? Like, I don't, like, in other words, in this situation, this road cargo station could realize that it's connected to a, in this case, it would recognize that it was connected to an open storage and have whatever rules about being connected to an open storage. So if you had two warehouses together, or two of anything together, you could just deal with it through rules, right? Or coding, of course. So I think what I was saying before is that, like, when it comes to the crops, this isn't attached to anything, but this one would consider itself a supplier because it was attached to a consumer, where you wouldn't necessarily, if you attach this guy to a warehouse might be a bad example, but if this were attached to like a warehouse like building or another silo, it would not be a consumer, right? This would be like a neutral in a way of looking at it. And by the same token, if we were attached here, this silo would know that it was attached to a producer and draw from a producer. It wouldn't draw from a neutral, if that made sense. Something along those lines. I'm sure you'd have to think it through more thoroughly than I just did, but I don't know. Is that a good thought? Or? And I already answered your question about the population. The train cargo station could do cement. Yep, I already saw that comment. Mike, we do have cement tankers. If we come here and where is it? Cement tank. So you do have these cement tanks that you can. Yeah, we only have on this map right now. I don't own any cement tanks. I don't know if that's what you meant, but we can get cement tanks in there. So what is Dolero? There's okay, yeah, sorry, I missed your guys' conversation. I'm just catching up. But is there a cement tank? Yeah, right now we can't. Well, we don't have any dollars, but in the ruble, I think he probably meant dollar section, I would think. But yeah, in the ruble section, there's cement tanks. All right, did that part. Oh, okay. Well, we don't. Yeah, I have no way of checking that. But so we might have to go get some dollars, huh? Probably not a bad idea at some point to export something for dollars, huh? Yeah, I'm not sure that we'd need to haul cement by tanker thing, but it might still be nice to have a few dollars at some point in the future. Off the rails, thank you for being here. And Dennis, bye. And Mike, bye. And Radomir, bye. Yeah, yeah, it would still be nice to be able to pump gravel into here. Like doesn't really cause any problems, but it sort of panics me once in a while when I forget that I don't have a mechanical pumping station there. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, look, everybody who there's probably a million decisions that they make about designing the game code that we're not privy to, and you know maybe they do intend to get to a better system of that. Maybe they made the decision for certain coding reasons. Who knows? Or at least I don't know. Yeah, Dennis, same here as far as the assumptions. That's what I was just trying to say. Yeah, I mean it's again my it's not a criticism. My little wish list is hardly it's hardly critical. It's hardly a game breaking thing at that point. That's for sure. Shunter, thank you for being here again. Goodbye. Have a good day. Antonio, bye. Glad to see you here again. And yeah, we'll be wrapping it up. Went 20 minutes over, but let's see here. I haven't done this each time, but I tried to. So we'll save it right here and come back to this same spot. I usually look around, try to remind myself so I can get off to a running start. What are we up to? This is 15. Now, there is something I want to just tell you guys that are still here real quick. I'm going to have some dental things done this week, so I'm hoping everything goes well. I'll make an announcement probably on the Banished and then on the Wednesday thing. I'm assuming I'll still be able to talk fine, but, I have to take care of some dental things, and who knows if I have a mouthful of pain or something like that, but hopefully it won't affect me too much. But if you see some shorter episodes and stuff like that, that'll be the reason why. So anyway, thought I'd mention that before I say goodbye. Martin, nice to see you again. Take care, Nino. Have a good day. And then shortly here, I will mute it and say goodbye for once and for all. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I did. I feel real good about where we're going with this. We've got our little town getting supplied with stuff. I feel like we're past our population crisis. That was kind of a concerning issue for 4 episodes there. I think it was 4 live streams. So take care, guys. Have a good day, and bye-bye.